Okay, my beloved Age of Empires pro gamers, here we go. I hate talking. This is going to feel so weird. But we're here with a riveting 2v1. Two noobs versus one partial noob. Let's see how it goes. I definitely didn't just play this. I actually played it last night. So the memory, while fuzzy, is present. Perhaps for another hour or two, it shall remain. So let's get it. We got Andes, not Dakan in other words, still Yamas or whatever. No yaks. A lot of animals. All right, look at that screen control right there. That is the sign of a pro MLG gamer. Oh my goodness, the villager micro. So it's 2v1. I didn't even check their ranks. I think they were both corporals. Either way. Germany. So Germany's fun because their shipments are just incredibly broken, right? Like you get those free pony bros, and then they go do the // on the villies, and it's just good stuff, really. So that's generally, as in always, my plan when I'm playing as the Germans. Do people have predetermined scouting regimens based on the map? Like, do treasures spawn in areas consistently, or is it more randomized? Are hunts generally going to appear in the same location, or is it more randomized? I've never really known, but it's just occurring to me now that I scout randomly, and I've never even put an ounce of thought into it in my, what, decade of Age of Empires aim? So that's pretty pathetic, actually. You know, I just realized how stupid I am, because I should definitely have recorded this so that it showed both sides, like an actual in-game record using the pre-built feature, because now it's just kind of as if I'm currently playing it, but in fact this was last night when I couldn't speak. So it's a little bit trashed here, but that's okay. I also probably spoiled the duration at the beginning, so I suppose I can cut that out. Look at this sick X. I usually will shoot him and do annoying things there, but given that it is 2v1, I know they'll just gang up on me and slaughter my poor... Oh wait. Nicholas? So yeah. 10 out of 10 accent right there. Oh, 4 villagers. That's a proper beauty right there. I love it. Pro herding. So much villager wasted, but that's okay. A little bit of map knowledge or lack thereof coming into play here as I stumble into the crevice and the crack of nothingness in eternal despair. always a struggle to find the proper words. I should probably just press enter and not actually care. So this is not a specific build order. It's just kind of a general plan of attack. Go fortress, send tons of shipments, win the game, take trade posts. And I tell them straight up, like, if they do this one thing, I will die. I'm not sure, I believe they interpreted it as mind games though, based on their reaction, or rather based on their gameplay. I don't know if they reacted or if they came in with the preset plan. But they could have, now I just did the spoil again. So now you know, I reign supreme, and it's a glorious day. But they could have, had they listened. Another explorer encounter. It just bothers me. But yeah, I mean, there's a scout right there too. Easy snare on me. And that'd be so bad if I lost my explorer. No trading posts. You gotta look out for little things like that, because it might appear little, but that would not be little. That would be almost game-endingly bad if I could never establish a trade line. So if they just camp my explorer after killing him, so I can't do the Alt-D or Alt-SD trick, whatever it is. I could send explorers. You just gotta always think, like, what is your enemy's source of power? And then try to curtail that power source. Now at this point, I don't know. Is it proper to send 3 settler wagons and mine the gold to rage up? Or is it a mistake? Is it too slow? Just 700 gold, and then just power boom up and hit him fast. I think usually, no, it's maybe 50-50 usually, but given the odd nature of this game, I opted for 3 settler without a question, because it's more late game oriented, unless a direct timing attack, right? Because all the timings are completely whack when you're up to double the power of people who don't really know what they're doing. So off I go to gather. Questionable resource distribution. 1.2k and 400. So I could be aging right now. I don't have the game timer set up, but I can tell you it's 6 minutes and 40 seconds on the clock of the recording. Oh, I love doing that just to gain a little bit of vision. Because right now, I'm basically scared of a colonial rush. And if they send 3 hussars or whatever and come in and just slice my villagers, again, because I have to make more value with my resources than they do, losing a villager is a huge deal. Kind of just in the same sense that Ottoman losing villagers is a huge deal. Because you just generally have so few, everyone really matters. And they train so slowly. Yeah, it's weird, because it almost makes sense that if you have less, it matters more. But then it doesn't, unless you consider that your things are also more resource efficient. So that's really where this differential is coming from in value. Yeah, right here, it's just, I was kind of surprised to see them so close to each other. Kind of disappointed, actually. Because it makes raiding a whole lot harder. Although I managed to get one there, which I was very excited about. This was a good scout. Battle of the Explobros. So a recurring issue throughout this game for me is going to be wood. The battle rages. I also never know when to get my market upgrades with this fast fortress strategy, because it's just completely raw fortress. There's not a single military shipment, not even a single production building built to train units of my own. Just completely raw. At last. Basically, I'm just stockpiling population because these shipments, they slap. There, already over. So the Japan and what, British, so skirmishers are pretty decent. This is Japan, you pretty much always want to make Ashigaru. Well, that was not great. 45 XP, it's like an entire TP pass, I think. So as Japan, Ashigarus are generally, almost always the move, even against, even in cases where you might think unis, they're just a superior unit. The Ashies still are better. As you can tell here, we're really struggling to keep up population and can't even establish a military production building, so I'm just banking huge amounts of cash. See, I switched a guy off the coal mine there, or the coin mine, but I really hate switching villagers about between resources, because I just view it as lost mining, or lost hunting, or lost chopping time. Even though it doesn't really make sense, because having an army of, say, an extra 10 skirmishers right now would just be such a big deal in terms of, like, picking up more muskets, which is a resource value, just generally pushing the map, establishing this TP. Although I don't have the wood for it, you get the point. There's just a lot of that. I guess I just contradicted myself with the sloppy herding there, and press them even away from my town center, even further away. But generally I'll do that as the game gets later, because it's like the batch is already there that's gonna finish the herd in its entirety, and you don't need to rely on reinforcements. Oh yeah, here's a nice wall glitch. This is why walls suck. You can delete the middle pillars. I've seen it not work though, I don't know if they just did it incorrectly. But, yeah, I don't know. The annoying thing is, I guess, if the enemies do come, you have to pull off your units, and then you often select a bunch that are gathering the small wall bits, as I just did there, and it kind of resets the whole process, because you have to spread them out again, and it's just APM. That's what RTS games are all about, right? Just APM, doing your thing, doing more things quickly. And if you look at those resources, I've pretty much banked up enough to go industrial, just straight off the get-go. I don't know the game time again. 12 minutes. Could be industrial. Industrializing, at least. But no, instead I just stockpile. Have I built? Yeah, I did build a barracks. Incredible. 12-minute barracks. This is what separates the pros from the not pros. This is why people hate Age of Empires 3, I think. At least a lot of people. Because it's so shipment based. But I've always just kind of viewed it, or no, I haven't always viewed it, I used to hate them. But I view it now as just kind of an extra layer of depth, an extra strategic choice that you have to make. You know, do I send late game cards to make my units stronger as I mass more of them, and small amounts mean less? Or do I send units and try to make something happen, as I'm currently doing? Because as I recognize the game goes further, I lose any hope, essentially. This is a bit awkward. He was making Ashi. They're a good unit. Just imagine if I had the extra 20 skirmishers out right now. It would be huge. And then all of these trades would also just be more efficient. So it really doesn't make sense not to just switch your units over. Even if waste seconds hurts your soul a little bit. Because basically you just always want the most guns firing you possibly can have. It's just essentially as if they have higher attack if you have more of them, right? At least if space isn't a constraint. Excuse me. I think I finally worked out my wood problem though. Let's see if it turns into a wood surplus because of a refusal to switch them back, or just a lack of attention to the matter. That was kind of ridiculous. I'm gonna lose a villager to a oh, he was French, that was it. But lose a villager to a scout. Oh, scout. That's also a French tell. When I said that, I just kind of looked back and remembered a bunch of houses, so I assumed British. But I guess not. Things are always so obvious when you're not the one. Well, either if you're both talking and playing, or just talking. But it's easy to miss things if you're actually, you know, making all the decisions. Even if you make them in your head, it feels like you're making them. It's really not the same. At this point, it's pretty much over. Their scores are still higher collectively, but whatever. So it's a fun strategy. Oh, this was huge, yeah. All about those villages. Yeah. GG. They fought well, I think. I mean, I think the early skirmisher card is generally never a good idea, but you gotta always have respect for your enemies at the end. Not something I always do, because I'm a terrible person.